Today on the show, we're going to be showcasing two remarkable free vehicles in the game that will 100% enhance your garage. First, we have a robust German sedan that's known for its excellent collision resistance as well as really stable handling, overall making it a very reliable choice in a variety of different situations in this game, whether it's just driving around, money grinding, or of course racing. Following that, we introduce a tuner style vehicle, which is another highly improved sports car compared to its original model in the game, featuring enhanced speed, braking, and durability, perfect for those who want to maximize performance and customization for their car in GTA Online. And securing either of these vehicles this week for $0, given their pretty substantial market values on in-game websites, that's going to present us with a fantastic opportunity for this week. So join me here today as we explore, customize, as well as evaluate both the performance as well as the customization for these vehicles. I will be putting them through their paces on the track to see if they live up to the hype, but I have a feeling that they will absolutely exceed your expectations. So let's dive in. Jumping into number one, we have of course this week's Diamond Casino Podium vehicle, and that is the Obey Tailgater S, priced with a retail value of $1,495,000, or with the trade price $1,121,250 off Legendary Motorsport. And this was of course introduced with the LS Tuners DLC update in 2021. This is a luxury German sedan in this game, and it's a prize worth spinning for on the lucky wheel because you get excellent value with this car. The Tailgater S is renowned for its remarkable traction. Even though it is a rear-wheel drive car here, it's just a very solid performer in GTA Online. It boasts a really good top speed as well as really solid handling. It does carry a little bit of weight, which can impact its acceleration and competitive edge against some lighter cars like say the Calico GTF or the Jester RR, and of course the Comet S2, but the braking power is pretty good. I would say I don't think it's exceptional, but it's good, and it does tend to understeer just a little bit on sharp corners just because of the weight it has, but the durability is really good, so if you do end up crashing, you're not going to deform the car or anything like that. I think it's just a very reliable choice for racing as well as money grinding, just driving around Los Santos and downtown. No matter what, you're going to make a quick getaway with this car. And so with that said, let's hit the track, test this car out, but first consider checking out U4GM. They offer cheap GTA Online cash, handcrafted high-level GTA 5 accounts with lots of money, and even custom boost services. With over 8,000 comments on Trustpilot, check my link in the description and use my code HAZARD for 5% off. Now, ladies and gentlemen, may I present to you my Obey Tailgater S. I really love this car. I think the customization options on it are fantastic. Right now, I mean, the lighting isn't that great because it's early in the morning, but I want to make sure I have enough time to showcase the other vehicle later on that's also still daylight out to ensure that for you guys. But the color we're rocking is a nautical blue metallic, and then we have a light blue pearlescent on here, Mercy concave rims, and I think they're black steel. I'm pretty sure that's what the color of the rims are. Of course, like I said, the style Mercy concave. So we're gonna go over to the track, test out the performance. I gotta say, if you like the Obey ADIOS Raptor from last week, you're also really gonna like this Tailgater S. So here we are at what I call my track, where we just head north and we head to the east, head south, head back east, south, up around this hill, start going west, and then we wrap up at this intersection. You guys know the deal if you guys have been keeping up with this series, and I added time codes and basically like a timer to the video so you can actually see, what I'm talking about when I start the timer, when I end it, and things like that. So I time it off my phone at first, but during the editing, I have an actual time code on there so you could see the real result when we cross this intersection. I think I'm gonna change it this time. The timer's gonna stop when we cross from like this lighter pavement to the darker, because that's like an actual finish line. I used to just do it at the beginning of the intersection, but I think I'll do it at the end of the intersection today. So let's try this out. Let's shoot for like 2 minutes 45 seconds with this car. I think that would be pretty good. I'll start my timer. Let's go. A little bit of wheel spin off the rip, but you pretty much get that with every single car in this game unless it's underpowered. I love the Tailgater S. I mean, you don't get the beautiful exhaust note to the V8 on the Obey ADIOS Drafter, but you do get amazing RS4 Audi styling on this car. I think this paint job is looking pretty good. You can customize it in a lot of different ways. They have some weird, like, almost like graffiti skateboard graphics you could put for liveries and fenders and stuff. Same thing in the engine bay. They allow you to do that. They put it on the trunk, the bumper. I don't really like those options, but if you keep your car nice and sleek and classic and things like that, you could have a very beautiful looking Obey Tailgater S in this game. And you can see with that all-wheel drive, I mean, we are staying planted to the road. There's no understeer. There's not even much oversteer. We'll see what happens when we get to the more twisty and sharper turn sections of this track. But so far, I think this car is handling absolutely great. if you guys watch my previous video, sometimes when you jump that curb right there, you will kind of catch the dirt a little bit, and that could cause a little bit of upset in the steering and the handling and the traction, but we didn't get that with this car at all. We don't have the best racing line right now. There just seems to be a lot of cars and trucks in the way on this route this time, but wow, I'm very impressed with how this Tailgater S is taking some of these turns. This is usually the hardest part for me and the hardest section to like commentate and race these vehicles, just because you're going down and up in elevation, you're going left and right. It's a lot for cars. You know, you're throwing big 35, 45, 5,500 pound vehicles around these turns. I mean, this car probably weighs 3,500 pounds, but like, you know, when we were using the Obey iWagon, that was a big heavy SUV, the Lampadati Novak, things like that. You're throwing a lot of weight around these corners, and these vehicles just eat them up a lot of the time. Same thing with this Tailgater S right here. So far, I truly have no complaints when it comes to the performance of this. I'm probably not even driving this as fast as I possibly can at this point. I feel like I could be a little bit quicker, but I just didn't want to have like the worst traction. But you could see, I mean, there's not even any wheel spin at all or slippage or anything. Like, listen to the squealing. There is none. There's maybe 2% of this whole track so far I've had the wheels slide. This car is pulling around every single corner, and then we screw up. Oh, that's really gonna take time off though. Complete driver error right there. That wasn't the car. I just was going way too fast into that turn. Hit the brakes before you go there, that's for sure. That's gonna slow us down a little bit. Maybe cost us up to like, what, 4 or 5 seconds right there? Let's call it 4. Let's see. I mean, we're coming up on the end of the track. We're unfortunately not gonna beat that 2-minute 45-second time frame. And as you can see, I'm starting to sell a little bit as we get to the end here. But overall, I am very impressed with the performance of this vehicle. Let's actually just get to the beginning of the intersection. Keep it the same as always. So we are done now. 2 minutes, 55 seconds. I thought I wanted to judge the time by the end of this intersection with this little line right here, but I'm just so used to doing it right here that I feel like this is better. So 2 minutes, 55 seconds for this car. Maybe 2 minutes, 50 if I didn't crash. A little bit slower than I expected, honestly. But I bet if you're in practice with this car and you know how to drive it better than I do, then you could probably get sub 2 minutes 45 seconds on this. So that's pretty nice. Obey Tailgater S, beautiful Obey and Audi here in GTA 5 Online. Let's check out the next car for the week. Next up, we have this week's LS Car Meet Series prize ride car, which is the Myatsu Penumbra FF, priced at $1,380,000 from Southern San Andreas Super Autos. It released with the Los Santos Summer Special update, and to claim this prize, you need to place top 3 in LS Car Meet Series races for 3 consecutive days in a row this week. The Penumbra FF represents a very significant upgrade over the original Penumbra in this game because you get to have enhancements in top speed, acceleration, braking, as well as smoother gear shifting, and this vehicle is honestly super resilient as well, just like the Tailgater S. You're going to be capable of withstanding multiple collisions with minimal damage with this car, and you're going to see that in today's gameplay. I think it's an excellent choice for those in the game who may find themselves in frequent scrapes with their cars, because now at least you're not going to damage the car enough to where it's going to impact your performance and things like that. Of course, the outer body is going to get damaged, but honestly it doesn't deform, it just gets scratched up. And then back to performance here. The acceleration isn't going to compete with top tier vehicles, I'll just be honest with you right out of the gate with that, but the Myatsu Penumbra FF still excels in the handling department. It provides a smooth and precise driving experience, and honestly this car gives you a nice balance of speed, durability, and maneuverability. I think it's a valuable asset both in competitive races as well as just driving around free mode sessions. Once again, it's going to cater well to a variety of driving styles and scenarios and all sorts of players here in GTA Online. So let's check it out on the track. Here is my Myatsu Penumbra FF, everyone. I went with a little bit more of like a sleek and low-key tuner style vehicle. I didn't want to go too flashy. I thought about making it white with like the red dual tone livery that like splits in the front and then it takes the sides of the vehicle and the back. So I just went with some, you know, racing brand stickers, things like that. And I went with these 6-spoke rims. Usually, I'm a big fan of split 6s, even split 5s and things like that, but I feel like with a tuner style car, you gotta go with something like this. I don't know, we'll see what it's like. And then I made the wheels match the brakes match the seats and vice versa. I feel like that was a nice little touch. So we'll see how this thing performs on the track. Let's just take it out there. I haven't driven this thing in so long. So let's let's give it a shot. Now, my guess for a vehicle like this is that we're gonna encounter maybe a 3, maybe even a 3-minute, 10-second time. I'm gonna say 3 minutes. Let's see. I think this car is capable of doing better than 3 minutes and 10 seconds, that's for sure. But just when I was driving it up here, I was like, wow, this car just feels not slow, but almost a little bit sluggish. I don't know if there's engine resistance or not, but let's give it a try. Let's start our timer right now. Take off. As you can see, when I was saying we usually find wheel spin with cars when I was reviewing the Tailgater S, unless it's underpowered, we didn't get any wheel spin. This thing picked up pretty fast though. It wasn't slow in acceleration, but I had a nice like gradual pull to it. And honestly, going down the hill too, it feels like we're moving pretty fast. So I think maybe just going uphill, I was not impressed with this. And of course, I already slammed into that car. But you could see the crash resilience. I mean, there's not even a scratch on the front bumper, is there? That's really nice. Maybe we could do better than 3 minutes. Maybe we can hit 2 minutes, 50 seconds if I don't have any more upsets. The handling's nice. Things like that. I will say I like the Calico GTF more. I mean, this wasn't even released in the same update, so it's not like I'm trying to compare a tuner's car like the Calico to a Los Santos Summer Special. Myatsu Penumbra FF. Okay, this is... I can already tell you... Because I want to get my first impressions, right? And I can already tell you this is a very bad race by me and just a very bad attempt at this course that I usually do here. But I don't want to keep restarting and trying to get it perfect, right? I'm just trying to showcase to you guys, like, not even first impressions if it's my first time buying the vehicle and reviewing it, things like that, but just like raw performance, you know, driver error included and whatnot. You know, sometimes you will see me do cuts in these videos, but it's just because I stay silent for, you know, 5 or 10 seconds, and I feel like I might as well just cut that part out so you're not just sitting me stare at the screen playing the game. Or, you know, if I get like a really bad stutter or something like that just because I'm live commentating my gameplay. But usually I try and leave the full clip in here so you could see exactly like the performance of the car. And now that I have the time codes in here, I think I'm just gonna leave, you know, any sort of like mistakes in my speech and things like that, or any little bits of silence. You know, I try and fill the gap with some good commentary. Maybe not necessarily with this car, but so far I will just say I like the performance of this vehicle a lot. There's really nothing that I could say is like something that I just do not like. I mean, there's minimal sort of traction loss with this car, just like there was with the Tailgater S. Both of these have very, very good traction. If there's one thing to take away from both these cars, even if they're not the quickest of their class and things like that, they handle great. You don't slide, you don't spin out, you know, I guess you're teetering on the edge of understeer in some cases because the turning radius isn't like super sharp on either of these cars, but they're still really good. There's nothing, you know, I'm not complaining about it. It's just something I'm trying to note for the review of this car, and I think we're on a pretty good pace right now. I don't want to take my eyes off the road. 2 minutes 38 seconds so far. So, ooh, could this be a 2 minute 45 second car? Just under that, man. If I didn't crash again, it'd be 2 minutes 48 seconds. Maybe if I didn't hit that car head on, 2 minutes 46. This is almost a 2 minute 45 second car, so a lot better than I thought. Like, I mean, I was almost gonna guess 3 minutes and 10 seconds. I guess I severely, severely undervalued the performance capability of the Myatsu Penumbra FF. I also have it themed with, what is it, the Fast and Furious livery on here too? But I decided to change it up for the sake of this video and might as well have a different style. So I gotta say, this car is pretty sweet, ladies and gentlemen. If you guys want to try and win it this week, of course, you gotta place first in, or what is it, top 3 in LS Car Meet Series races for 3 days in a row. So you might as well get started now because we only have a couple days left, of course, before the next weekly event goes live. So if you feel like you're not going to be able to play much during the weekdays, get started this weekend for sure. With all that said, though, everyone, we're going to wrap things up right here. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. Hopefully you guys did go on to enjoy. Of course, if you found the performance and the customization reviews and information for these 2 free cars for the week helpful, then make sure you drop a like and subscribe to the channel if you guys want to see more GTA Online content like this. I come out with this series and guide every single Saturday here on my channel. Check me out over on Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram if you guys want to see consistent GTA Online as well as Red Dead Online live streams. And again, thank you so much for watching. Have a great day. I'll see you guys in the next one. Adios, amigos.